All right, this is just gonna be a quickie. I've got a pair of 362s and I got an MS400 here. The MS400 came to me dry, never fueled, never anything. This came out of the box and came straight to me. So they do run all these at the factory, and you'll see some reddish oil in there. You can see that nice old film that's left over from when they test ran it. Burns really clean. And then this one has had maybe a tank full of gas, and this customer uses Red Armor at 40 to 1. You see, nice little film of oil right there. That's been out for a little while. Everything all nice and good. And this has probably had several tanks through it. This is another 362. There's some blue oil in here. I don't know what he runs. And we have a little bit of coking. A little heavier in the carbon department. You know, Red Armor is always going to burn clean. It's well known for that and its cleaning abilities. I don't know if this is 50 to 1 or 40 to 1 and what blue oil it is. And you know, there's a little bit down there. Just interesting to see. You know, there's a little bit more clearancing. We'll leave it at that. And I see this on brand hammer new saws occasionally. You'll see some clearancing that happens in the cylinder. Not always, but you know, that's just run from the factory. And it looks worse in person, or excuse me, it looks worse on camera because the highlights and the shine and light magnify that. Let's look at that. Let me get some decent light on that. You know, a little bit more scuffing, nothing. I mean, that's just normal. Little streaking here and there. Combustion chamber looks fine. And then with the Red Armor, we got a little bit more gloss in here. And again, this has got less runtime on it. Well, 40 to 1 Red Armor really looks nice. Now, the red oil from the factory, this is something, here, let me bring this up. So, Steel in Europe allows the sale of this oil, which we're not privy to here in the States. This is their HP oil. I think it's an FD rated oil as well. There's not a whole lot of information on here, but that's what I'm assuming they use as a break-in oil for these. A couple of things to highlight. When you buy an MS400, the throttle bore here is a little bit bigger on the 400 than it is the 362s. And yet, here's what you get for that extra bang for the buck. You get a magnesium piston. It's lighter. That's why this revs so quick. And you get a forward fed transfer, which is, I guess, the best design that they have going nowadays. These saws always seem to run good. When the 460 turned into the 461, it went forward fed, and we noticed a decent bump in performance with just a crankcase and feeding design change. So there's your 400. And then your 362, it's really constricted how it feeds the fuel air mix. You've got these little slots on all four corners for the quad transfers up high. And the other one right there is your strato. So that's your puff of fresh air to help with emissions and to flush the combustion chamber of the spent gases. But anyway, these just won't feed as well. There's less room than that. And this is just by far a superior design or method of getting the fuel air mix to the combustion chamber. Aside from that, these are virtually the same saw. Most of the parts interchange. after we get the performance work done, I'll run one of the 362s and I'll run the 400, and you'll see these really turn out nice. Nothing wrong with a 362, but you know, for the extra $100, there's a lot more going on with the 400. All right, I figured before I put Dan's saw back together, I'll take a look. So there's your cylinder base cut, combustion chamber, and you know, just work on the uppers. You know, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy in the exhaust port. I mean, that's just slightly larger than stock as far as the opening, which is fine. You know, some people want to grind all that out. That's just not me. I get good results with that. It's more about your port timing, and everybody's entitled to do it their own way. But anyway, sure is nice working on a nice clean saw. I'll get this back together. So these two guys actually work together. All right, so I'm gonna do one thing different to this saw than that. I did talk to him. He runs his own personal fuel mix. That's why he's got the Red Armor at 40-to-1 with non-ethanol fuel. I didn't find out what oil he's using, but I did find out that he's using, you know, the gas depot on site, and it's 10% ethanol. So anyway, I mean, it's not horrible. It ain't great for a lightly used saw. You know, maybe that's the thing. We all know that Red Armor burns incredibly clean, and that doesn't hurt. All right, I'm gonna do some quick test cuts with this. I've already run it and let him know that it's ready, but he's on his way to come pick it up, so I gotta hurry up and finish this video up. Let me at least get these test cuts in. Saw's at, you know, it's room temperature. Oh hell, there he is. Just in the nick of time. All right, so everybody calls me an idiot when I start pointing out there's coking on the piston or whatever. How about y'all discuss in the comments about, you know, why one of these saws looks better than the other one. Granted, there's a few tanks different between the two of them, but that is what it is. Discuss. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you on the next one. Just wanted to put some clarity into the end of this video. I was putting the pieces together and I was like, I didn't get to run the two 362s by themselves. I mean, you could hear him at the tail end of that video clip when I was running that. When I said he's here, that was him pulling up in front. Anyway, I did not get to run the 400. I didn't finish it yesterday either. So I'll do a separate video on that like Tuesday or Wednesday. And you can see how the 400 runs in comparison to a 362 with the same type of porting. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one.